If you're a small business owner, one of the most important habits you can build is reviewing your financial statements every month. Unfortunately, most small business owners only review their bank account balances and assume everything is okay. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe, a licensed certified public accountant with over 15 years experience in corporate and public accounting. I have an extensive background in accounting, audit, and taxes, and I'm all about helping you take control of your money by living smarter. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and turn on all notifications. And check out the blog site where we post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today, we're going to discuss the key reports you should review every month, what each report tells you, and how these reports can help you make smarter business decisions. So, let's get into it. Let's start our conversation with why reviewing your monthly financial reports matters. These reports matter because your financial reports tell the story of your business. Without them, you're making decisions based on guesswork. Monthly reviews help you to spot problems early, improve cash flow, and identify opportunities to increase profits. Think of these reports as your business dashboard. Just like a car dashboard tells you how your vehicle is performing, financial reports tell you how your business is performing. Let's take a look at our first report, the profit and loss statement. The first report every business owner should review is the profit and loss report. This report is going to show you your revenue, expenses, and a profit or a loss. And when you're reviewing this report, you're going to ask yourself a couple questions. Did revenue increase? Did expenses increase? Did I make money this month? You're going to want to compare the results to a previous month. Or if you've been in business for a couple of years, you're going to want to look at the current month compared to a previous year's month to see what are the year over year trends. And that's basically what you're doing. You're looking for the trends to see where are you doing good, where can you improve, and where are those opportunities to increase profitability. And remember, just because you have really good or really high sales revenues does not mean that your business is doing well. There are other opportunities. You could still have high revenues and really have a cash flow problem, but we'll get into that a little later. Our next report to review is the balance sheet. So, what does the balance sheet show us? The balance sheet shows us the assets or the things that are owned by the business, the liabilities, things that the business owes, and our owner's equity. This is what, after we take our assets, subtracting what's owed, and that's what's left over for the owner. The balance sheet helps us to answer a couple of different questions. Here are three of the top questions that it answers for us. How much cash do I have? How much debt do I owe? Is my financial position improving? Think of this report as your snapshot of your business's health. It's going to show us how much we have in assets and what we own. What do we owe to others, such as our creditors? What debts we have outstanding? What loans we still owe? And then what's left over after all of those things are paid, which is our owner's equity. Our balance sheet shows our historical portion of our business. Unlike the profit and loss statement, which shows us what's currently going on with our business from an operating standpoint, our balance sheet shows us what's happened in the past, and it can also be a good indicator of what's going to happen in our future. This is a very important report to review as a business owner on a monthly basis. Now, let's look at our statement of cash flows. Now, let's talk about cash flows. Many businesses fail because of cash flow problems, not because they lack sales. Remember when I said earlier, just because you have high revenues doesn't always mean that your business is profitable. You could also have a cash flow problem, and the cash flow report shows us the cash that's coming in, cash going out, and the changes in your cash balance. If cash flow is consistently negative, it's time to investigate. Remember, cash is king in your business. You could have $1 million in revenue, but that means nothing if you still have a bunch of outstanding debts and you can't get your cash flow timing down. It could really choke off and kill your business. This is probably the number one killer of most businesses, and what most small businesses fail to ignore is the cash flow issues going on in their business. Now let's talk about accounts receivable and accounts payable reports. First up, let's talk about reviewing your accounts receivable aging report. Now, just to back the bus up a little bit, your accounts receivable is a balance that's found on your balance sheet on the asset side of the table. So let's talk a little bit about the aging report. Your aging report, this is going to tell you who owes you money, how long invoices have been unpaid, and then it's also going to tell you where you need to maybe increase collections or maybe relax some credit extending policy, or even maybe increase your credit extending policy. This is goes back to, like I said, I could look at a small business balance sheet and see there's a they have high sales revenue, but it means nothing if they haven't collected on those invoices and their accounts receivable balance are large. This is where we talk about cash flow being king. If your accounts receivable outstanding, if you have a lot of invoices that you build that are outstanding, but you're not collecting on it, what good is it? It just means that you made a bunch of sales, but you haven't collected any cash. And that's what kills a lot of businesses. So you really want to take a look at your accounts receivable to make sure that, one, you're collecting on those outstanding invoices. Two, you're looking at those credit policies. Are you extending too much credit to customers? Do you not have a policy in place, and maybe you should, on what the criteria a customer must meet in order for you to extend that credit to them? And it's really gonna help you also with collections. How are you improving your collections? What is your policy around um, how long an invoice is allowed to remain outstanding before you write it off? Really hammering down on your accounts receivable is going to help you as a small business to improve your cash flow and also improve collections, to make sure that you're not only just booking the sales for your revenue, but you're also collecting the cash to increase your cash position. Now, let's take a look at accounts payable. So, what are we going to do now? Now we're going to review your accounts payable aging report. It's similar to your accounts receivable, but instead we're thinking of the bills that are due. What vendors do we owe? And this is going to be also found on the balance sheet on the liability side under current liabilities. That's where you're going to find your accounts payable, number at. And what does this aging report tell us for our AP? This is going to tell us which bills are due and what upcoming obligations our business has to pay. Remember, our accounts payable is going to help us with our cash flow issues as well, because it's going to help us to know what vendor bills are coming up and which ones are due, which ones we maybe want to pay early in order to take advantage of any discounts from our vendors, and also which ones maybe we could pay a little later if there's no discount on that. It's going to help us to avoid those late fees, and it's going to help us to maintain the relationship with our vendors and our creditors. Your accounts payable aging report is going to let us know what bills may have gotten missed, what bills we still need to pay, and how we're going to pay it. You see, everything is intertwined with each other. If our accounts receivable is the invoices that we have that are outstanding that we're not collecting on, then how are we going to pay our accounts payables and our vendors that are coming due? So, in order to have this balancing act, we got to make sure that we're collecting those receivables and we have good policies in place. And that's going to help with our cash flow to free us up to pay our vendors and to pay those upcoming bills that are going to be due soon. Now, let's switch gears and talk about your business budget. So, when we talk about a budget, it's not just for Fortune 500 companies. It's also very imperative that small businesses set and track their actual budget. So, what we're going to do is we're going to compare our actual results to our budget. And this is so important because we're going to ask ourselves a couple of questions. Are we overspending in a certain area? Are we meeting our revenue goals? Think of your budget as your roadmap. It's going to tell you how to get to where you want to be within your business. We're going to compare our goals to our actual results. We're going to identify any issues so that we can address them now instead of later. And it's going to help us to improve our overall business planning. Your budget and your actual, I see this all the time where small businesses don't take the time to actually look at quarterly, monthly, or biannually, however they want to do it, where they're looking at their budget, what they plan to do, versus what actually happened in your business. You really won't know where you're going if you don't have that roadmap. You're kind of just going in the dark. But having that budget gives you the light to stay on course and to also identify those opportunities that you may be missing out on because you overspent in one area, or maybe you under budgeted in one area, and maybe you could change some of that budgeting into another area in order to improve your business. So remember, this report helps to guide you through your goals and then make sure that you're actually meeting it. Now, let's talk about those sales reports. Next, we're going to want to review those sales reports. And these are some of the things we're going to look for. If we offer multiple products in your business, you're going to look for which one is the top producing one. Which, if you offer services, which service is your top service that you're being offered. We're also going to look for those revenue trends. Where are they at? We're going to look for trends such as, do we have a seasonal trend? Do we have a service trend where maybe right now one service is the most popular thing compared to another service? Or if we have sell products, is one product a little bit more popular than another product? And then we're going to look for those seasonal changes. Is it Christmas time or around the holiday season where maybe if we offer a product or a service, it's a lot more busier than normal? Or is it during a slow, or do we have slow seasons where we have a downtrot where we really need to protect our cash flows to make sure that we can make payroll and pay our vendors and our bills? This report helps to guide future decisions. We're going to look for those growth opportunities. We're going to analyze our customers' behavior, and we're going to ensure that we're putting road guards in place to keep our business afloat. Remember, looking at all of these reports are all interchangeable with each other. One leads to the other, and another leads back to one again. And at the end of the day, all of this has to do with our cash flow. It doesn't make sense to have a bunch of sales revenue, but yet we can't collect it from our AR. And if we can't collect it from our AR, that means we can't pay our accounts payable and our vendors, which means that now on our balance sheet, our assets are going down while our liabilities are increasing. So all of these go in hand in hand. You can't cherry pick which reports you're going to look at this month and which ones you're going to look at next month. You want to make sure that you're tying it all in together and taking that time out to make sure that your business is growing at a healthy pace. Because believe it or not, growing too fast can hurt your business, and just as well as growing too slow. Here's a checklist you can use when reviewing your monthly financials. Each month, you're going to want to ask yourself 5 questions. The first question is, did we make money? Is our cash flow healthy? Are customers paying on time? Are bills under control? And are we hitting our goals? And if you notice, each one of these key in on a report that we talked about earlier. Did we make money? Right there, we're looking at our profit and loss statement. We're not only looking at sales revenue, because that doesn't really mean much to us. It means a lot, but we really want to check, what is our profit? Do we have a profit or do we have a loss? At the end of the line, at the end of the day, we want to know, where is that bottom line at? Is cash flow healthy? There, we're looking at our cash flow report. We're looking at what cash came in, what cash went out, and what is the timing of our cash flow. The next question, are customers paying on time? There, we're looking at our accounts receivable. Did we extend too much credit? Were our customers credit worthy? Are we sticking to our credit policy? And are we collecting on time for those services we rendered? Next, are bills under control? Right here, we're looking at our accounts payable. And we want to know, what vendors did we pay? Did we pay on time? Did we take advantage of any discounts that may be offered by some of our vendors? Are we managing our cash flow well enough where we could pay our bills on time? And lastly, are we hitting our goals? This is where we're looking at that budget performance versus actual. We're looking at that roadmap to see where are we at currently and how far do we need to go in order to hit our financial goals within our business. Remember, write down all these action items and review progress for the next month. So if we're in February, you're going to look at what you did we're going to want to look at January and see what progress did we make between January and February. And then you also may want to look at what progress did you make as the current year February compared to the prior year's February. And look for those seasonal trends and those trends and understand the data of what your customers are telling you about your business. So, what's our bottom line? Remember, the most successful business owners know their numbers. You don't need to be an accountant, but you do need to review the right reports consistently. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with another business owner. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video to talk about cash management flow tips.